Hi everybody, and welcome to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. On this video, we've got a post from the subreddit Relationships with an update and one from Am I the A-hole. So if you want to get started with the stories, then just use the timestamps below the video. Now, I'd like to thank all of you that support me and my videos. It means a lot to me that you do, so thank you so much, and I hope you keep enjoying the content. And if this is the first time watching one of my videos and you like it, then consider subscribing to the channel and joining us on Discord. Now let's get started with today's stories. This post is from the subreddit Relationships, and it's by user Bride with No Friends. My fiance, female 24, has no bridesmaids, and it's making her so upset she wants to call off the wedding. How can I, 25 male, help? My fiance and I are recently engaged and have been together since we were 18. She's not the bridezilla type, but she has imagined a nice wedding. She's not very social and has no sisters or female cousins, and as a result, she has no bridesmaids. Zero. I, on the other hand, have a solid group of guys to be groomsmen, and they're already talking bachelor party. My fiance won't have a bridal shower or bachelorette party or anyone to go dress shopping with, etc. It's really bringing her down, and she won't even talk about weddings. Once she just said between sniffles, "Can't we just sign a paper at a courthouse?" But I know neither of us really wants that. I have suggested having my sisters and cousins as bridesmaids, but they don't really know her well and likely wouldn't want to. How can I help her? Oh, OP, I'm so sorry for your fiance. That's truly sad. Maybe you want to talk to her. I mean, she did say in between sniffles that she just wanted to sign a paper in the courthouse. Maybe she's rethinking the big wedding idea. Sit down and talk to her. Maybe she has a different idea of what she wants at this point. And also, I would see about encouraging her if she'd like to do activities outside the house by herself with other people. I don't know, for example, a book club or take a class on anything. It really doesn't matter, as long as it's something that she could enjoy and there are other adults there around her age so that she could make some sort of a social life. She doesn't have any friends now. That doesn't mean she can't ever have any friends. Now, maybe she's just too socially awkward and shy to try that alone. Maybe you can go with her. She did meet you, right? So she must have some basic social skill. And in the worst case, if nothing of that works out, maybe think about therapy. What do you guys think about this situation? How would you advise OP to help his fiance? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's check out the community comments to see what they said. Ellie Mental says, OP, I was in your fiance's shoes when I got married at 22. I didn't go to college, opting instead to work, and my high school friends were all very religious, which I no longer was. I met my first husband when I moved to a new town for work. We hit it off quickly, so I didn't really feel a need to seek out friendship elsewhere. When he proposed, I panicked a bit. I had managed to make a few friends, but they were all dudes. I ended up making my little sister my maid of honor. I spent the next 10 years or so feeling crappy about the fact that I had no real friends, and I had no idea how to change that since I became a stay-at-home mom with little opportunity for interaction with people other than my husband and my kids. In all honesty, this contributed greatly to the demise of my first marriage. The core problem here is that she really needs to find friends. Having a wedding party is secondary. I know it's tough to find a way, to find time, but it absolutely can be done. Does she have any hobbies like crafting, hiking, gaming? Find a group at a community website. I used meetup.com that meets in real life on a regular basis. She might feel awkward at the first get-together, but I guarantee that after a few, she'll begin to find herself looking forward to it. Friendships take some time, but it's worth the effort. GD Fishquin says, I had my husband's sister as bridesmaids. We weren't super close, but it worked out great and brought us closer together. Deleted says, based on what you've said about your girlfriend, it sounds less like just introversion and more like self-esteem issues. Why not have a long engagement? If you're going to be together for life, it doesn't really matter if you marry next year or in 3 years. And use that time to get her in therapy for self-esteem and hopefully help her build up a social life? It'd be a good thing regardless of the marriage. Alright, well, the community definitely has some ideas for OP and hopefully they helped him out. Because we have an update, so we get to know what happened after this. Let's continue with that now. Did not expect to update this fast. Did not expect to update at all, unless something miraculous happened. And it did. In short, I have the best friends in the world. I'd read through a ton of these comments, but not all, over 1,000? And decided to look for my fiance's box of wedding planning stuff because I had a suspicion. Inside the box were all these magazine clippings of a big church wedding, flower ideas and stuff, and I saw pictures of the dresses. They were all big, poofy, ornate things that don't seem akin to my fiance's style at all, but they're similar to the dresses my sisters wore at their weddings. It all sort of clicked for me. My fiancé probably doesn't want a church wedding or any of these fancy trimmings. She's trying to win my family's favor. The hell, I really should have noticed this earlier and gotten more involved, I know. My fiancé flew home on Thursday to spend a few days with her dad, Father's Day weekend and all. I couldn't go because of work, so I was alone until this morning. So real late at night, I called up my buddy, Ravi, male 26. Ravi's my best man. We've known each other since we were kids, split up when we went off to college, and reconnected 3 years ago. We moved to South Carolina so I could join the company he works for. I just opened up to Ravi. It was really late, but he listened to me anyway, about my worries about my fiancé. He said that it was very likely that she was trying to curry favor with my family, but she probably wasn't going to admit to it easily. He said he'd talk to her. I told him that he barely knows her. He said not to worry and that he'd be around tomorrow evening. My fiancé came home happy. She always is after seeing her dad this morning. I went off to work without asking about the wedding, and she set to work on her writing. She's off for the summer. I got home early, and at like 5 p.m. Ravi came to my house with my other good friends, Carson, Andrew, and Tim, 23 to 30 male, all of them. I know all these guys from various places, and we're all a solid group. Still, this was unexpected. Ravi came up to my fiancé and said that the guys were taking her wedding dress shopping. We were both freaked out as hell. I had no idea this was coming, and my fiancé looked like she wanted to crawl into a hole and die. She whispered to me, "They won't like me," and I urged her to just go for it. Ravi reminded her that he has sisters. Carson's been divorced, and Andrew's had his fair share of girlfriends, so they know dresses. Plus, he has a lady friend that works at a small boutique where they try first. They were gone for a while and came back an hour ago. They didn't find a dress, but they looked around the stores for a while and my fiancé found a style she liked. Not the poofy ball gown style. They also went out for ice cream, and when they walked in the door, she was joking and laughing with them all. I hadn't seen her so happy in a long time. It was amazing. Then we all sat down together and Ravi asked her to talk to me about what's on her mind. I still don't know how they got her to open up. She whispered that she didn't really want the big church wedding, that she wanted to wait a little while and plan a small ceremony for just the people we really care about. I was all for it. I told her not to worry about bridesmaids or anything. It could just be us. She said no. She wants her dad, the guys, and my family to be there. Andrew, a kick-ass guitar player, said he'd put together a band for us. He asked my fiancé what her favorite song is. He'd figured out an arrangement. This is the kind of question she usually dodges, but she blushed a little and actually told the truth. Panama by Van Halen, if anyone cares. Girl knows how to rock out. This was the real sign that she's starting to trust them. I don't think anyone knows her favorite song except me and her dad, who bought her Van Halen CDs growing up. I told her I'd call my family and tell them the church wedding's off. If they make a big stink about it, I don't effing care. I have my bros and my beautiful future bride. That's all the family I need. Wow, OP, awesome story. Wholesome as F. You've got awesome friends, man, by the way. So everything's cleared up and you guys are gonna have the wedding that you guys want. That's awesome. All the best, OP. Now, let's move on to the next post. This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole, and it's from user Amoan Rao. Am I the a-hole for telling my younger sister I'm not her parent and don't owe her anything? I, 23 female, have 2 younger siblings. My sister is 16 and my brother is 14. When my parents had my sister, they approached being a sibling as a job, and they stuck with that story for the rest of my childhood. They said it was my job to teach them things, to look out for them, look after them when needed. Then it was help with homework, walk home from school, and walk to friends' houses when they wanted to go. Then it was my job to plan and take them out for sibling time. It would be my job to always have space and time for them whenever they needed it. That as the big sister, I owed them that. And my siblings were more than happy with that. When I lived at home, they always demanded my time or attention. I had to help with homework every day, and most of it is regular sibling stuff. But they came to expect me to drop everything for them the way a parent might. Like, if they were struggling and I was in the middle of my homework, I had to stop doing mine to help with theirs. Or if I had plans and they wanted to go someplace, I had to cancel my plans. It's my parents' fault. But more than once I tried talking to them about how I deserved to have my life and do my own thing too. And then I moved out, and I would get calls all the time from my family about it. Over time, my brothers stopped, and our relationship got a bit easier, but my sister never changed. She would call and tell me she wanted to stay the weekend with me, or she wanted me to take her to a concert, or that mom and dad had told her I was supposed to take her shopping, or that she saw something in the store and I had to buy it for her. I told her twice in the last 2 years that I was not going to drop everything and do what she wanted, and she needed to get better at asking for this stuff. When I spoke to my parents, they said it was my obligation as a big sister to do these things, so they were no help. My sister got invited to some fake prom with her boyfriend because prom wasn't going ahead in her school this year. She calls and tells me she needs me to take her dress shopping, that she knows the dress she wants and everything, and that I need to bring $300. I tell her no. She ignores me and tells me they want to stay at my place after this prom and that I need to give her a key to my place to make it easier. I cut her off and tell her no, none of this is happening. She whines and I tell her whining won't change it. She then tells me it's not fair and I owe her this. I snapped. I told her I'm not her parent. I don't owe her a damn thing. That she does not get to make demands of me because I'm older, because this is not some job like our parents always said, and if she can't accept that, then she needs to stop calling me. I'm the a-hole in this according to my parents and sister. Parents read me the riot act, or started to, and I hung up. They are still pissed 5 weeks later. Am I the a-hole? I know I let my frustration bubble up over this, and I might have been harsher than I should have been with my sister given her age, and the fact that my parents are the reason she is this way with me. No, OP, you're not the a-hole. Maybe your frustration got the better of you in this situation, but after 16 years of being put in this position, I'd say you're entitled to one blowout. The good thing is that you are clear in knowing who the true a-holes here are, and those are your parents, who seem very lazy, to be honest, having dumped all of these parental responsibilities on you. Like you so clearly stated, why were you supposed to drop doing your homework to help them out with their homework? That's a parent's job. Taking her shopping and buying her a $300 dress? Come on, either she gets a job and pays for it, or her parents need to fork out that money. But it's not your responsibility. At 16 years old, your sister is the entitled product of your parents' poor parenting. Now, at 16 years old, she also should have a wake-up call, so it's good that you told her this. The way I see it, siblings are equal, so if you owe her this much, she owes you exactly the same. So, what is your judgment on this situation? Let me know down below in the comment section, and now let's continue with the community comments to see their judgment. Dreams in the Rain says, not the a-hole. Your parents, on the other hand, are. Look up parentification. They'd drop their responsibilities on you. Your sister has unfortunately had this normalized for her, and this is still more on your parents than her. But she needs to have her eyes opened, and you giving her the truth on that is good for her not being an a-hole. Jessica Jones 2 says, not the a-hole at all, but keep in mind that this was a horrible thing your parents did. Your sister simply grew up brainwashed into thinking it was the norm. Sit your sister down and explain everything, from the terrible job your parents did as parents, or lack thereof, and direct your anger and resentment towards the people who actually deserve it. Your sister needs to grow up, but I think that a thorough explanation is the best way to proceed, to see if she understands and hopefully changes. Swiss Miss 77 says, so much not the a-hole, it's not even funny. There are 3 a-holes in this story, your parents and your selfish, spoiled little sister. Say it with me and keep saying it, paint it on the wall if necessary. Boundaries are a good thing. Seriously, you have handled this just right. Keep doing you, cause you are on the right page. So, the community agrees that OP is not the a-hole and that this one is absolutely on the parents. There seems to be a little bit of a debate about how much her sister is an a-hole in all of this, so I'm gonna pass that one on to you guys. Do you think that at 16, her being this entitled is only her parents' fault or not? Let me know in the comment section. And it's that time that we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. I certainly did reading them to you. So if you did, then go ahead and give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and become a member of our Discord community that just keeps growing, and it is fantastic. And like I said in the beginning of the video, all of the relevant links are in the video description below, so be sure to check them out. And finally, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys enjoy this content, so thank you once again. And having said all that, I will see you guys in the next video.